It's been crazy to watch this. We bring in former investment banker Carol Roth and our friend Scott Martin from Kingsview to talk about what we've seen the last few days. I mean, you'll probably tell me, Scott, that it's it's not that simple. But as you watch this, who are you with? You with the Main Street crowd or the Wall Street crowd? I mean, that's how people are trying to separate it. What do you think?
Connell, always the tough questions, and I thought you were going to say that I was going to say it's not that bad, because it's getting bad. I mean, and I think the worst part for me is that it wasn't too bad at first because things were actually operating normally. I mean, investors that were out there, let's just call them the retail crowd for now, were able to position themselves somewhat kind of synthetically, strategically on the options side as well, not just on the common stock, and get in and out of the positions as they needed to. The scary thing that's happening to me, or at least in my mind now that I'm seeing, and some of the people that I've been talking to, is that they're getting shut off as far as the liquidity. So platforms are starting to turn off the ability for some of these individual investors to just openly trade the stocks or the options, Connell. And that's where the game is starting to get tilted again, because you're getting trapped in trades and not being able to get liquid on things that maybe you would have sold today or certainly sold this morning.
Yeah, people are really angry, Carol, about the move from Robinhood. It wasn't the only one, but it's the most noteworthy, I think, because of the retail investor interest in that platform, where they basically said to these folks trading in the stocks, GameStop and others, you can't buy them anymore. You can close out your position. You can sell them, but you can't buy them. Now the lawsuits have already come in. What'd you make of what happened just today?
Yeah, I mean, to me, we are living in a modern day retelling of my favorite 80s movie, Trading Places. And just like in that movie where you have these, very wealthy and non-empathetic brothers, they get beat at their own game. And the folks that beat them, it's not just about the money, it really is about the social story. And I think that's the bigger issue here. People feel like Main Street has been sold out to Wall Street. And it's been happening over and over again. It's happened from the government. It's happened from the Fed. People have lost their businesses. They've lost their livelihoods. At the same time, last year, 7 tech stocks gained $3.4 trillion in value. So this is a statement, and it's a time for self-reflection from Wall Street, from the investors, from the politicians, from the Fed. And I fear if we don't see some changes here and say, okay, we understand the frustration and we need to do better here, because there is an unfairness in the way that we've been centralizing this power, that not only are we going to have a fight that happens online, but that it ultimately could lead to violence, which would be a horrible outcome for everyone.
Well, I think I agree with you on the point that this is the same story told in a different way, which we'll talk about a little bit later out of the show. We have more from you guys coming up as well. Right now, though, expanding coverage. President